So InControl is a global software company. It was founded back in 1989. We build custom simulation platforms that support both discrete event and agent-based simulations. We're ISO 9001 compliant and have been recognized by NCS4's Golden Eagle Award and are undergoing DHS Safety Act certification. All of these speak to our commitment to quality and value in the industry. The algorithms that power InControl software are university validated. Our simulation algorithms are based on decades of research on pedestrian movement, demographics, crowd dynamics, and decision making. This research shows that crowd movement follows simple behavioral rules. Simulation doesn't invent behavior, it models known behavioral principles under defined conditions. We're not animating graphics, and we are modeling decision patterns. We allow you to stress test designs, quantify risk, and master uncertainty. Pedestrian dynamics is our core pedestrian and traffic modeling engine. It's an engine-based micro simulation platform, meaning each individual in the environment behaves autonomously based on programmed decision logic. Agents make route choices, respond to density and congestion, and adjust to environmental conditions. Because our behavior is modeled at the individual level, large-scale crowd patterns emerge naturally from those interactions. This allows us to run controlled experiments inside a full-scale digital twin and extract quantitative metrics like flow rates, clearance times, overall throughput. We're not limited as to the number of individuals and can handle hundreds of thousands. We are also open API, so we can connect and ingest almost any data. This is an example of a public transit hub that we modeled. We currently simulate the entire rail system for the Netherlands to include train operations, as well as persons at the stations. And this is all done through output that comes in different forms, such as in 2D, 3D, or different graphs and charts. The true venue application is built upon our successful pedestrian dynamics platform and came from the understanding that crowd dynamics are different at every sports and entertainment event. We realized that instead of doing a one-time general experiment, we build an application where non-simulation experts can test every single event at their venue with custom data inputs and different configurations, including venue layout, guest demographics, capacity, arrival, departure times change for each event, and these are influencing the pedestrian experience, both inside and outside the venue. True Venue creates a user-friendly way to experience the future before it happens. Okay. True Venue is a digital twin application built from CAD or BIM data that models pedestrian movement, routing, and operational performance. Evacuations, sheltering, circulation, queuing, staff optimization, training, exercises, and revenue generation are just some of the things that it provides. Its calculations are based on user-defined inputs and university-validated algorithms, utilizing historical or real-time data. TrueVenue provides a full-scale test environment for high-capacity events. This is not a tool to provide one-click answers, but it is a tool that translates mountains of data into actionable intelligence and data-driven decision-making. By any measure, events are multifaceted, complex environments requiring significant pre-planning. This image represents a full fan journey, from the moment someone decides to attend an event to the moment they return home. Most organizations treat these as separate operational silos. Our software is not intended to replace these systems. It's intended to visualize how the data from each of them influences the entire journey and to provide opportunities to strengthen safety and security strategies, enhance the fan experience, and even increase revenue potential. The best way to explain what we do is to show you some of our predictive analytical simulation results. Here's a side-by-side comparison of real-time camera footage and the digital twin simulation. Using historical data, the simulation accurately modeled the anticipated visitor demographics, arrival patterns, and entrance for 18,000 attendees. The results varied less than 1.4% difference between the simulation and what was viewed on the cameras. Knowing exactly what to expect when and where enables confident staffing decisions and planning for potential worst-case scenarios. Okay, this video provides an overview of the evacuation from the field to sheltering of a concert held inside a football stadium. By logging each step between each agent in the model, we can determine travel times to shelter or the exit right down to each individual seat. Density maps, bar graphs, and raw data exports add additional value when studying these various scenarios. And this is multi-layered. Here we have a cruise ship terminal in Miami. The multimodal environment depicts the interaction of traffic, public transportation, and pedestrian activity. When planning evacuation for high-capacity buildings, planners often overlook the influence of public roadways immediately adjacent to the venues. That can be studied in a full-scale test environment, as can be reflected in this example here. Okay, our next example is evacuation. Evacuations are very complex by their very nature and require extensive pre-planning, training, and exercising. In this scenario, we look at the impact of a 5-pound pipe bomb on a major entry at the arena entrance exit. Not all evacuations are the same. In this case, an entire entrance, a major stairwell, an escalator, vomitories are all unavailable. The simulation provides a platform to test this specific scenario and plan to protect patrons and ingress first responders. Users are encouraged to run simulations in advance of the events to build a response playbook for reference in case of each incident. You can also see here it shows the outputs in a graph form. Okay, next, this is an overview of an evacuation of college football game. The data from this simulation served as a baseline for developing an effective evacuation plan. Stadiums built 100 years ago were not designed to accommodate the number of people and the dynamic threats of the modern landscape. True venues are a critical tool for modernizing these stadium operations and aligning them with 21st century industry and various regulatory standards. Also, there's various outputs that can be visualized from 2D to 3D viewers, density, heat maps, travel time maps, graphs of evacuation, shelter times, flow counters, and levels of service. We would be pleased to answer any questions. There's a QR code on the screen if you have interest in learning more about our simulation solutions. I would be happy to show these videos again in more depth if anyone would like to see a demonstration. And we would like to thank you for the opportunity to participate.